Back in action again tonight. My voice is still a little wonky, sorry about that, but I'm gonna make another character. It's time to make a cyberpunk character tonight. And I do not have a cyberpunk source book. I believe there was one for the 3rd edition of GURPS. I don't believe there is one for the 4th edition yet, anyways. But that's fine, as with most things, GURPS, as long as you've got the core books, you can make anything up you want. Just gonna take a look here for the game world tech levels. Infinite worlds, yes. Go in the right area. Here we go. In the GURPS campaigns book, I've got tech level. Can you see that glare? Tech level and genre. Sword and Sandal, tech level 1 to 2. Medieval Fantasy, Knights, Wizards, and Castles, tech level 3. Warring Provinces in Japan and Samurai and Ninja would be tech level 3 to 4. Swashbucklers, tech level 4. Wild West, Cowboys and Indians, tech level 5. Steampunk, tech level 5 with diverging to tech level 5 plus 1. Pulp archaeologists and detectives between the world wars, that's tech level 6. That's kind of a cool genre. Blibbity blah, all the way down. Cyberpunk, netrunners and cyborgs, tech level 9. Cool. So we're just going to go with tech level 9, and I did find a handy little template in the space book, which I'll start off with. Why not? Because I wanted to make a decker, a netrunner type guy, and they've got this thief template for 75 points. So as usual, I'm going to start with 100 points. I think 125 points are usually my go-to starting points for my preferred power level for starting. And yeah, we're just gonna I'm gonna start off with this template, and then we'll go from there with the cybernetics and good stuff like that. So we'll just set this out here like that, and here we go. For 75 points, we get a strength of 10, a dexterity of 11. Do we want that? I'm gonna actually maybe put that down. I'm gonna give up the dexterity 11 and go down to 10. I'll put the extra point into 13 IQ instead of 12. That's the beauty of GURPS templates. We can move points around as we see fit. They're just a starting point. Everything can be built from scratch, of course. We don't have to use any of these traits if we don't want to, but they are nice and quick to get us started. But we do need to, when we're swapping points between attributes, we do need to remember that strength costs 10 points each. Dexterity and IQ, they're interchangeable at 20 points per plus 1 from 10. And health is only 10 points. Costs 10 character points for a plus 1 on 10. So strength and health are at the base level of 10, human average. That costs 0 points. Actually, I should put the costs in here as you're supposed to. So strength of 10 costs 0 points. Dexterity of 10, that's human average, that costs 0 points. IQ of 13, however, costs 60 points. Do I have that right? I have 3 plus 3, yep, I have 20. And health of 10 costs us 0 points. Moving along, there are no boosts to the secondary characteristics. We can boost those up or down, depending on what we would like, but there's no boosts on this template, so therefore everything's defaulted to its root attribute, so therefore we'll just go like this. Strength of 10 gives us a hit points of 10. Health of 10 gives us fatigue of 10. Perception and willpower both based off of IQ by default, so that's 13 and 13. No extra points in or out on those to modify them, so they'll stay as they are. That puts our speed at 5.25. 5.25. Basic move will be then 5. Okay, we'll look up our damage and basic lift later. Moving on down, now we've got advantages. 20 points we get to choose from amongst alternate identity. Oh, that's fun. Artificer, Gizmos, Daredevil, high manual dexterity. This is a netrunner, so he's not like a lock-picking kind of infiltration cat thief kind of dude. So single-minded, maybe. Let's go with single-minded. That's kind of a fun one. It gives me a minor bonus when you're single-mindedly doing a task. That's worth 5 points. Okay, I'll take that. And it says to pick 20 points. I'm not going to do that because it also, I see, looking ahead, says to take 30 points in disadvantages, and I am not a fan of that many disadvantages on a character. It really just kind of makes them a mess, especially when they're only 75 point. Yeah, anyways. What else is suitable here? Maybe Artificer or Gizmos. Artificer. I'm gonna go Artificer. He can whip up stuff, he can make stuff, he can fix stuff, all based around computers, of course, and electronics though. So Artificer is worth, oh yeah, I can have it at level 1 or 2. I'm going to take it Artificer 2, and that'll be 20 points right there, actually. Okay. Let's ditch single-minded, and we'll just take Artificer 2 for 20 points, and that's our 20 points worth of advantages. So I guess I lied. I will take the full 20 points. Disadvantages says to take 30 points to balance out this template to 75 points. We're not going to do that. I'm going to take Slow Riser because I picture this dude being that's such a minor disadvantage. It just means you're slow to rise in the morning. You get up. You tend to sleep in, and when you do get up, you're slow, I believe. Slow to come to. You're not going to wake up during an ambush in the night when you have Slow Riser. You're going to be surprised. Pacifism, meh. Overconfidence, maybe. Cowardice, I like that. That'd be good. Trademark, yes. He's a hacker, and he's got a trademark that he always leaves, and it will be a minor one at -5, not something major. Won't be something major. So that's 10 points in disadvantages. What else? Does anything else fit? Maybe pacifism, but nah. I like cowardice. I kind of like cowardice, but that doesn't really go well with a group. But okay, since I don't really have a group in mind for this guy, cowardice does fit the character concept. He's a weaselly, cowardly Decker hacker. And that's 20 points in disadvantages total. So I'll just make a note there. 20 points used here. So I'm going to have to come up with an extra 10 points to cover my lack of there. Primary skills. Now, down here there is the cyberspace thief kind of lens or option to this template. And it says to swap out, change primary skills to computer hacking. So I'm going to do that now. Computer hack, and that is a very hard skill, and we get it at +1. So that gives us a 13 gives us a IQ +1, so that gives us a 14. Right? It says my level would be at 13 according to this template, but I upped my IQ one more than the template suggests. So computer hacking and computer program. I'm just going to put comp prog. I love doing things with pencil and paper, just the analog way. I'm a fan of the old school way, and real dice. Don't care to play online if avoidable. Sometimes it's not avoidable though. And computer programming is just an IQ hard skill, so that will be 4 points into that, and 12 points into the hacking skill. So, okay, that's a few points sunk into those. But it is a primary skill, so it makes sense. And that's it. So we can skip the primary skills now and go on to secondary. Any 3 of the following. Acting, nah, not so much. Beam weapons, pistol, if he's got a laser. It's tech level 9 though, so lasers aren't great at this tech level. Actually, they're not bad. I'm gonna go with the good old slug thrower. So I'm gonna take, looking down here, guns, pistol. I'm gonna take that guns, pistol. So that's a slug thrower. They're dropping 2 points into that. Cool, getting me dexterity +1. So I dropped my dexterity to 10. So that's I'm only an 11 skill in pistol. That's fine. He's not a gunslinger much. He's not gonna be hopefully getting into too many gunfights. He'll be covered by the street samurai or the merc while he's doing his hacking. What else we got here? Law. It's not a bad idea, knowing the laws that he'll be breaking. Fast talk, driving, disguise. Ooh, I'm gonna take disguise because I see him being a bit of a infiltrator. He might have to infiltrate, and yeah, maybe I'll take acting too. Okay, that'll do it. I'll take acting. That's 2 points, and that gives me a IQ -1. So that would be nope, that's IQ straight up. 13, yeah, okay, 13. And sorry, that was acting. Disguise, 2 points into that, and that is a IQ average. So that gives me attribute level as well. 13. So I have 13 skill in disguise and acting. That's pretty cool. Remember that scene in Ocean's 11 where Livingston, their computer hacker guy, he goes into the casino, I believe, dressed as a techie, as a technician. Goes into the server room and does some hacking there. That's what I kind of picture this guy doing. This guy can handle a pistol if he has to, but it's not his main deal. And I'm going to give him stealth right now. That is a dexterity average. Gee whiz, I'll give him that. I'll take 4 points. Give him that. What will that give me? Average. I might have to actually look that up. Why can't I remember that? Stealth. Is it dexterity? Easy? People yelling at their screens at me right now. Comment below what stealth is. It's a skill and we certainly use enough. I should have this memorized. Dexterity average, I am right. So 1, 2, 4 gives me 3 levels in it. 3 levels, that'll give me dexterity +1. So it's stealth of 11. 12. Shoot, I gotta look that up. Sometimes the memory fails. If this is good for demonstration purposes, we'll just go to the handy dandy skill chart here. It's an average. I spent 4 points. That'll give me attribute +1. Okay, so it's dexterity +1, 11. Yes, I did have that correct. Perfect. Okay. So we now have we have to pay an additional 4 points that I threw into stealth, and I didn't take an additional 10 points of disadvantages, so I now owe 14 points on top of the 75-point template. Keeping track of that as we go. Okay. Next up were secondary skills. Any 3 of, oops, no, I did those. Background skills. Pick one of, oh no, I get all of these. Computer operation, yeah. Comp op, nice to have. It's IQ easy. For 1 point, that'll get me attribute value, so that's 13. And streetwise, yeah, definitely. Definitely worth having streetwise, so you know where to go to sell your stolen data. And that is level IQ, so 13. So he's pretty good at that too. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Computer operation is worse than my hacking ability. That's funny. That's interesting. As GM, I might force a player to computer operation. I may, whenever they're hacking or computer programming, I may want to force the, roll under the higher, under the lowest of computer operation or hacking or programming. So maybe I should put that up. Well, let's put that up. Let's give it, I'll throw another point at that. That's pretty cheap. I'll just bring that up for argument's sake. So now I owe 15 points. Although, you know, maybe that's realistic, though, to be worse at computer operation than you are at programming. Speaking for myself, I actually am a computer programmer by day. And sometimes when I spend all my life in Linux, and then I go to fix or try to troubleshoot or help, you know, like parents or grandparents, and they're running like a new Windows. And I haven't used Windows in years, and sometimes my computer operation skill is actually lower in that instance due to familiarity, I guess, in that case. Familiarity modifiers, but I am useless trying to fix Windows sometimes. Anyway, we're getting sidetracked. Moving along here. Now, okay, so I've got 100 points. I just blew 75 points on the template. Leaves me with 25 points, but then I owe 15. So that leaves me with a grand total of 10 points left to do with what I want. 10 points. So this is where okay, so getting into strategies of character creation. There are many different ways, of course, and your way of creating your character will change depending on your concept and the setting you're going to play in and the campaign you're going to play in. But typically, I like to spend the bulk of my points up front, dropping them into the attributes. Since the attributes are so costly, 20 points to bump DX or IQ by 1, or 10 points to bump strength and health by 1. Since they're so costly, that's where I typically spend the bulk of my points up front during character creation, or on advantages. Those are expensive as well. And then I nickel and dime, you know, whatever points I have left, I drop them into skills, since you can get skills for 1 point. And in the long run, while you're playing and acquiring character points as experience through play, it is easier to add skills. It's nice to get that character growth adding skills, because you're not likely, I'm not personally, I don't usually have the patience, I guess, to save up my character points through play until I get 20 points accumulated so I can bump DX by 1. You know what I mean? It's just kind of how I view the world. Other people may be more patient than I. In GURPS, if you don't have, you can attempt any skill in GURPS, even if you don't have the skill. But what happens is you roll under the base attribute. So for instance, stealth, say I do not have stealth. It's a dexterity attribute. So you roll under dexterity at -5 if you're unskilled. Okay, so I'd need to roll a 5 or less with my dexterity of 10. If I was unskilled in stealth, I would need a 5 or less to be stealthy. As soon as you sink 1 point into the stealth skill, you automatically get the skill then up at dexterity -1. So that'd be 9. So sinking 1 point into a skill just to kind of broach that, reach that barrier to entry kind of thing. You're familiar with the skill, you get a big improvement in chances of success. So yeah, so that's just a quick overview of how GURPS works, I guess. But it's nice to drop those single points later through play and up your skills. Okay, next up, I'm going to buy some equipment for this guy. Tech level 9. We get, for starting wealth, for average starting wealth, we get 30 grand. That's pretty cool. Okay, 30 thou. 30K. Okay, I'm gonna get the Ultratech book. The good old Ultratech, GURPS Ultratech book. Look at the thickness of that sucker. It's just thick. No, it's thicker. It is thicker than the characters book. What is this? A couple, 240 pages, something like that. Full of gear. Love this book. This is one of my favorite and most used books. They have cybernetics and bionics in the back of this. All right. So GURPS handles cybernetics, bionics in a couple ways, and it is up to the game master's decision for his campaign setting. When you're starting off, you can purchase these body modifications. For instance, a bionic arm available at tech level 9. Perfect, that's us. You can either pay the character points, they stat these out, because after all, everything can be custom made in GURPS using just the point buy system and advantage system with modifiers. So for instance, if I want one bionic arm, it gives me a strength +2 with the following modifications. It is gives you one arm with a temporary disadvantage. It is electrical, so that lets us buy it at minus 20% cost, and it requires maintenance, one person weekly, so that gives us another 5% discount for 5 points. It's got damage resistance of 2, that's pretty great, and the fact it's only one arm is 40%, and that's 6 points. One arm mitigator, that's a minus 6 points, so comes out at a grand total of what is this telling me, 5 points? Yeah, I believe that's just a grand total of 5 points. So for 5 character points, I could get one bionic arm that has strength +2. That's kind of cool. You can just write that into your character sheet as is. Or, depending on the GM's call, you can pay $12,000 for all that and forego the character point cost. They give you both for reference depending on how you want to handle it. If I was to be GMing my Cyberpunk game, I would be telling characters they can do it either way. If you have more points to blow, you can spend the points to get it. You can transfer points into character points into money and vice versa anyway, so it doesn't matter. I would make the character choose one or the other. Pay the points or pay the money, not both. In this case, I'm going to pay the $12,000 for one bionic arm. That's so cool. Or I could get 2. Oh, I'd end up looking like this dude in the picture. He looks like he's a tough dude. Maybe not. I am a decker, so I don't need bionic arms. Let's not get too crazy. Let's go over here to bionic eyes. What do these cost? 5,000 bucks. So that's for one. I'm gonna spend $10,000 for bionic eyes. Yep, done. Cybernetic eyes for 10K. That's cool. That's cool. Now those give me nictitating membrane, so that protects your eyes. Night vision 2, nice. I believe that reduces the night vision, the darkness penalties by 2. Electrical and no depth perception. Oh no, that's not great. Telescopic vision, that's cool. Electrical, yep, and mitigator. Okay, and it doesn't take any maintenance, which is nice. Yep. Okay, so that's cool. So I will I'll write that down under the advantages to help me remember all these advantages I get from the bionic eyes. And before I do that, I'm just going to go over here because there's definitely something else I know that I want. Actually, we passed. No, we didn't. What is it? What's it called? Oh shoot. It's a neural link. It's under N. Brain implants. Maybe this is the right. Sorry, I'm holding it up too close to the. There we go. Chip slots. Those are great. So you can. Well, anybody who's played Shadowrun or Cyberpunk would know immediately that you can put memory chips into your brain. You can hold a certain amount of memory chips in there, and those can give you skills. You can learn Kung Fu like Neo did. I want a cyber jack, like a neuro jack. Oh yeah, I'm looking right at it. Neural interface implant available at tech level 9. That's us, baby. And this is, okay, a neural jack. There's a wireless version. Yeah. everything is hackable. Anybody who's dealt with cybersecurity knows it. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna go wired, because if you've got a, makes your brain more apt to be hackable, in my view. Certainly in the game that I'd be running. Maybe I'm a bit too sadistic, but yeah, I'm gonna take a neural jack. Neural jack, and what is that worth? 4 grand, 4K, no problem. Chip slots, what are those worth? Oh, major procedure, available at tech level 10. Oh, it's minor at 10. Yeah, right. It's major per slot. I'm gonna take, this is awesome. 3,000 per point of abilities that chip can hold. Ooh, that's costly. Okay, so the cost is $5,000 for the chip slot, plus 3,000 per point of skills. Oh, that's so cool. That's awesome, eh? This is gonna be. Oh, I gotta still buy a cyber deck though. No, I'm not gonna go with the chip slots for starters here. No siree. So I gotta drop some serious coin into a high complexity computer, which I can also stat out of here. Before I do that though, I just want to speak briefly to cybernetics. These, as we saw, cybernetics are just advantages statted out of the basic book. In GURPS, you can take anything, any advantage or attribute in this case. So say in the example of cybernetic arms, bionic arms, you simply take the usual cost for strength, which is 10 points, 10 character points for a +1 in strength. And then you go to the advantages section, and you go to the back of it, where there are limitations. And then you start adding limitation traits to that strength modifier. So cost fatigue, no, not what we want, but things like, well, I believe it was electrical and stuff like that. It takes recharge, oh, that's funny. Breakable, yeah. Unreliable, no. Oh gosh, where is it? I guess it might be in the templates. Anyways, you just modify the cost by the limitations you apply. So in this case, they're electrical. Yeah, machine meta traits. Your body is mostly or completely mechanical. That costs 25 points, and here's all the things that gives you and inflicts upon you. You don't need to eat or drink, but you require maintenance, stuff like that. You're immune to metabolic hazards, things like that. So, all that to say that the cybernetic and bionic things pre-statted for us in here are just examples. We can modify and create those from scratch ourselves using the basic set. And we can figure out the cost of them that way as well. Anyhow, okay, so this guy's mostly done. I do need to buy a gun, buy a pistol, and a computer. Not sure if that's, we're 28 minutes in length already. I'm not sure if that's worth showing. Nothing too exciting there. You buy computers based on complexity value. You pay more for a more high-tech, faster, you get the idea, computer. And gun purchasing is never anything too special, but looks like I've got $16,000 left to buy a pistol, some ammo, maybe a bulletproof vest, attack vest, and my computer, my deck. All right, so that's it's a quick idea of what it looks like to make a cyberpunk character. That's my decker, tech level 9 decker. Oh, I did have 10 points left to spend. I think I'd probably throw that into, probably just boost my skills. I might, I'd take electronics, electronic repair. And then throw my more points in these other items in the skills I already have. Probably jacking up computer hacking further. Yep. Anyways, GURPS, cyberpunk character, a decker.
roll on.